For centuries, the obsession was treasure. Gold, silver. But what if the island was hiding something far darker? A truth so unsettling, so profound, that powerful forces orchestrated a centuries-long cover-up. Today, that truth has been unearthed. It happened in the deep pits, not in the bright light of day, but far below the surface, where the air is thick with the smell of wet earth and centuries of silence. Down in the labyrinthine shafts that have consumed fortunes and lives, the team was pushing deeper than ever before. The mood was a familiar cocktail of exhaustion and stubborn hope, a feeling every Oak Island searcher knows intimately. They were chasing the ghosts of coded maps and deathbed confessions, following a trail that had confounded the world for over 200 years. Every inch of progress was a battle against the island's ingenious, waterlogged defenses. The drill bit had signaled an anomaly, a void where there should have been solid bedrock. A camera, lowered into the darkness, sent back grainy images of a man-made chamber, its contents obscured by silt and shadow. The real work began then, a careful, painstaking excavation. And that's when they found it. Not glittering gold, not a pirate's chest overflowing with jewels, but a discovery that stopped the dig cold. The hum of the pumps, the scrape of shovels, the shouted commands, it all fell away into a sudden, profound quiet. In that moment, the entire narrative of Oak Island fractured. A grim artifact, evidence of a forgotten atrocity. What emerged from the mud was not treasure, but testimony. A piece of heavily corroded iron, which at first glance looked like a tool or a shackle. But alongside it, something more disturbing. Fragments of bone, determined by initial analysis to be human. And then, the most chilling piece of the puzzle. A small, dark stone, unnaturally smooth, bearing a symbol that matched no known Templar, Masonic, or pirate insignia. It was something other, something older and infinitely more sinister. The truth being unearthed here was not one of wealth, but of profound suffering. This wasn't a vault for riches, it was a grave, a prison, a site of unspeakable secrets that defy every treasure legend. The complex engineering, the flood tunnels, the layers of oak platforms, were they designed to protect something valuable or to permanently contain something terrifying? The discovery forces us to ask a horrifying question. What if the money pit was never meant to be opened? What if it's not a bank, but a cage? The legends speak of a curse, that 7 must die before the island gives up its secret. The team's discovery suggests that perhaps people had already died not in the search, but as part of the secret itself. This single, dark object, pulled from the depths, doesn't just add a new chapter to the Oak Island story. It threatens to burn the entire book and start over. The focus shifted instantly from what is buried here to a much more terrifying question. Who is buried here, and why? The island was no longer a puzzle box of riches, but a potential crime scene, sealed for centuries. Every legend, every theory, now had to be re-examined through this dark new lens. The artifact confirms the deepest, most unsettling suspicion. The money pit was never about wealth. The gold, the jewels, the pirate plunder, all of it was a grand misdirection. A theatrical production designed to lure treasure hunters, to keep them occupied with a tangible, understandable goal, while the true purpose of the island remained undisturbed. This intricate, deadly machine wasn't built to protect something of monetary value. It was engineered to imprison something far more dangerous, a truth. The evidence, when re-examined through this lens, paints a chilling picture. The complex engineering, the flood tunnels, the layers of oak and clay, they weren't just obstacles, they were components of a permanent quarantine. A tomb for a secret so profound, its architects were willing to expend a fortune and sacrifice lives to ensure it was never unearthed. What secret could warrant such an elaborate burial? The theories, once considered fringe, now demand serious consideration. Was it the final resting place of a royal prisoner, a political dissident whose very existence could shatter the legitimacy of a European dynasty? Some researchers point to suppressed documents suggesting a highborn captive, perhaps a contender to a throne, was exiled to the New World and interred here, alive or dead, to erase a bloodline dispute from history? Or does the truth lie in something even darker? Whispers of horrific rituals, of pre-Columbian ceremonies or forbidden rites carried out by secretive orders, persist in the island's lore. Could the money pit be a site of sacrifice, consecrated to contain a malevolent force or to protect a sacred but dangerous relic from falling into the wrong hands? The island's strange electromagnetic fields and unsettling phenomena suddenly take on a more sinister context. The shocking implications link directly to a forgotten chapter of history, and more disturbingly, to a modern conspiracy of silence. The cover-up, it seems, did not end with the pit's construction. It is ongoing. Powerful institutions, whose origins trace back to the very historical periods implicated by the artifact, appear to have a vested interest in keeping the island's true nature hidden. Consider the strange pattern of roadblocks faced by searchers for over 2 centuries. Financial backers pulling out at critical moments. Key evidence mysteriously vanishing from archives. Official reports being classified for reasons that defy logical explanation. It suggests a coordinated, multi-generational effort, an invisible hand guiding the narrative, promoting the treasure myth while actively suppressing any line of inquiry that gets too close to the real story. Who are they? Descendants of the original builders? A clandestine order still operating in the shadows? Or even government agencies, aware of a truth that could destabilize historical alliances or religious foundations? The secret is not just buried under clay and water. It is entombed beneath layers of disinformation, ridicule, and bureaucratic obstruction, a cover-up hidden in plain sight at all costs. The truth is out. For over 2 centuries, a single tantalizing promise has echoed from the shores of a small island off Nova Scotia. The promise of treasure, of unimaginable riches buried deep within the earth, protected by ingenious traps and a legendary curse. This promise has fueled an obsession, drawing in generations of hopefuls, from rugged pioneers to modern millionaires armed with the latest technology. They have poured their fortunes, their time, and in some tragic cases, their very lives into this stubborn patch of land, all chasing a glittering fantasy. But what if the entire premise, the very foundation of this centuries-long quest, is built on a profound misunderstanding? What if the story everyone has been told is a deliberate deception? After countless years of fruitless searching, of dead ends and devastating setbacks, a different narrative is beginning to surface from the cold, dark depths. A narrative that reframes everything we thought we knew. Oak Island was never a treasure island. This is the uncomfortable truth at the heart of our investigation. The popular legend, a tale of pirate gold, Templar relics, or lost royal jewels, is a powerful and enduring myth. It's a story we want to believe, but the evidence, when examined without the blinding glare of gold fever, points toward a far more unsettling purpose. The complex engineering, the strange artifacts, the very atmosphere of the place does not speak of a vault designed to protect wealth. It speaks of something else entirely. It suggests a structure built not to be opened, but to remain sealed forever. The elaborate flood tunnels, the mysterious layers of logs and charcoal, the cryptic symbols found, these aren't the hallmarks of a simple treasure chest. They are the components of a sophisticated system designed for containment, for isolation. The island wasn't a bank. It was a cage. It was a tomb. A warning. This is the hypothesis that the physical evidence increasingly supports. Not a tomb for a single king or a noble, but something far more primal. A place of finality. A site for a ritualistic purpose that we are only now beginning to comprehend. The few artifacts recovered, like the lead cross and fragments of human bone from disparate origins, don't fit the profile of a treasure hoard. Instead, they hint at a history of sacrifice, of banishment, of sealing away something so dangerous or so sacred that its rediscovery was to be prevented at all costs. The warning is implicit in the island's very design. Every layer dug, every trap sprung, seems to scream a silent message across the centuries. Turn back. Do not disturb what lies here. Some things are meant to be forgotten. The so-called curse, which foretells the death of 7 men before the secret is revealed, may not be a supernatural hex, but a grimly practical forecast of the dangers inherent in breaching this ancient seal. It is the dark secret they never wanted found. And now that it's revealed, the true cost of Oak Island's mystery is clearer than ever. The cost isn't just measured in dollars spent or lives lost in the pursuit of gold. The true cost is the potential unleashing of a history that was deliberately and violently buried. As modern searchers get closer than ever before, using technology that the original builders could never have conceived, we are forced to confront a chilling question. By relentlessly pursuing a treasure that was never there, are we about to pay a price far greater than any chest of gold could ever be worth? We are standing at the precipice, peering into a chasm of history that was sealed for a reason. The truth is out, but the consequences are just beginning. Please subscribe to our channel, History Documentary Hub, for more insightful videos and intriguing content.